Hello guys, it's Lenny. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, if you're returning as always, guys, welcome back. If you are new here and you're wondering what the heck is going on here, I don't even know what the heck is going on here. Just a regular YouTube girl who, like you, likes to browse YouTube for all kinds of things, and occasionally I turn on my camera and I talk about whatever is on my mind. I love to talk. So, for the last few weeks, I feel like I've been trying to get more in touch with my feminine side. I have been reading, I have been listening, I have been watching, you know, feminine coaches. I will definitely list my favorites down below. I'm just trying to be more in tune with my graceful, calm, sweet side. For those of you who know me might think that, like, what do you mean you're such a girly girl? Or maybe you're thinking the opposite, you're like, good. Yes, I am a girly girl. However, there are things that I do that are super masculine, and I kind of want to draw away from that and bring out the more feminine side of me. As a result, I actually started an Instagram blog page called Nalabute, where I display things that I like, such as beauty products, clothes, fashion, lifestyle. But on top of that, I actually display well-dressed, elegant brown and black women. And the reason why I wanted to make this platform or this page is because most of the time black women and brown women are portrayed in hoochie mama dresses and twerking, and you know, and nothing wrong with that. There are all kinds of brown women, you know what I mean? And I kind of wanted to create this to show the boss babes in suits, or you know, the tea party girls. You want to display a little bit more than what's in these love and hip-hop reality TV shows and just the hip-hop culture in general. I hope I said that okay and it wasn't problematic. One of my biggest fears is like going viral for saying something problematic that I wasn't trying to be problematic for. This is one of the reasons why I'm terrified of like YouTube low-key. Anyways, if you clicked on this video, it's because you obviously want to know about ways to carry yourself like a queen, more elegant, confident woman, or you know, things a confident woman does or doesn't do. This list is based off of things that I have personally done in the past that I was embarrassed about then and there and after the fact, and it's also based off of things that I have seen other women do that I felt secondhand embarrassment for them. You know, though I've been practicing most of these things for a few years, some of them I haven't, and I actually learned, or I was made more aware of it from the feminine coaches that I have been following. Nonetheless, because I swear that I have a voice, and I know it's because I'm a Leo or what it is, I want to share the things I've learned with you. So please don't get offended about the things I'm about to say. I want to think that we're in the journey together, we're both learning together, and of course it's just my opinion. And if you're thinking like, why does this even matter? With all due respect, why are you even here if you don't care? But it does matter, because perception matters. First impressions determine whether someone's going to pursue you or not, whether someone is going to want to build a relationship with you or not, or even hire you for a new job. Meeting new people is one of the ways to get ahead in life. And if you still don't care, then I guess you can keep listening since you're here, or you can just like stare at this background. No, just kidding, I'm annoying. If you still don't care, maybe you can, you know, stay tuned for another video that resonates more with you. The first thing is dress code. Okay, so if somebody invites you to a museum or fine dining restaurant or a networking event, like, you really have to consider the dress code. Is it appropriate for you to wear your favorite Fashion Nova dress? Like, you know, we all like our hoochie mama dresses if you want to go out to the club and smoke hookah. Obviously not now because of COVID, but you want to stay those hoochie mama dresses for the club. You don't want to reveal too much. I feel like a classy, confident woman, the second she steps into a room, she is able to captivate the room by her presence itself. She doesn't have to reveal too much to be able to get attention. And you gotta think of it like, do you want to be remembered by the dress you're wearing, or do you want to be remembered by your persona? You make the statement in the outfit you chose. The outfit that you're wearing shouldn't make a statement for you. And if it's how you want to present yourself, then just expect to attract like cheap, dusty guys that aren't gonna make the most attractive attempts to pursue you. It sounds really messed up, but it's the same thing for laid back events. If someone invites you to a baseball game, you're not gonna want to wear like a whole gown, right? Like a flashy gown. No, I'm not saying roll out of bed either. All I'm saying is that a classy woman will never intentionally bring negative attention to her. Dress for the event. Dress for the affair. You can always follow my page Anana Bute for great examples of well-dressed, classy women. 2 is cursing too much and or speaking like a hoodlum. If you follow my videos, you're probably thinking, what a hypocrite. But listen, I have reflected, and I never liked being a potty mouth. It just comes out like word vomit, you know what I mean? But I've always hated it, and it's something that I've always been very embarrassed about. Finally, I think it finally set in. I'm not going to delete the videos because I want you guys to see the growth. But yes, ladies, when you swear too much, it literally sounds like you're just so angry at the world, even though you're not. It kind of seems like you don't know how to control your emotions. F on this, F on that, F. I know a lot of us are passionate. And angry is not something that you want to associate yourself with. Swearing too much has its masculine, you know, connotation to it. And if you really want to bring out that feminine side of you, you have to avoid most of the things that have that masculine touch, and swearing too much is one of them. Another thing is, if you're like me, who grew up in a very, you know, hood like area, talking like yo my n-word, yo like my god, it's just something about street talk, street life, hood mannerism, all of it is just associated with masculine energy by default. And again, it's something that you want to stay away from. There's a reason why guys from the hood or street guys are not into women that speak like that. Let's save that kind of talk for our homeboys. Back to cursing. You don't have to eliminate cursing overnight. You can start by not saying the F word for every single sentence and turn the sentence to maybe like, you know, a day, like a few times a day to months, and then year. You know what I mean? If I can do it, ladies, I believe you can too. And I'm going to show you guys at the end of this video, I'm not going to say any curse words, you know what I mean? Because gross. 3 is inquiring about somebody's salary. So some people might be asking like, of course you don't do that, but you'd be surprised. It does happen. It's happened to me. Someone's salary is none of our business, and when you go ahead and you are so bold to ask somebody how much you make, that just make you look like a very nosy, classless person. Like, if you know their job title, administrative assistant, just Google it, you know what I mean? Or go to Indeed and find out if you're that nosy. I mean, who isn't that nosy? But don't ask them. It's just, no, don't do that. 4 is oversharing or overposting. Okay, the era of social media made it so that everything is boom, put out there, and nothing is sacred anymore. People put everything out there, whether it's what they have for breakfast or their favorite sex position. Posting that much, it literally eliminates all mystery to you. Whether it's just, you know, memes, whether it's retweets that represent your feelings. And it's just like, attractive, confident women has that mystery. She has people wondering, I wonder what she's doing with her time right now. She isn't constantly putting all her business out there or always on social media trying to talk to people, you know what I mean? Like, she lets people come to her. When you post that much, you start becoming predictable, and we all know predictable is boring. And if it's a love interest, then yes, it does apply as well. Let that person work for those intimate details about you. Let them feel like you're a challenge. Like, be mysterious, be alert. 5 is not being able to control your liquor. I'm not saying like, you know, you can't have a few drinks and have a good time. I'm talking about to the point of passing out on a couch. A family gathering or a, you know, close friends gathering isn't what I'm talking about. That's an exception because they already personally know us. But you know, there's a time and place for everything. You're at a networking event, a Christmas party at work. You don't want to be drinking too much to the point that you're, you know, inadvertently flashing your private parts. You're making out with the whole room. Just imagine you're at a Christmas party, your work Christmas party actually, and you're just doing the most. That can be your future boss. It's just things to consider. Impressions matter. Like, if you want to be remembered as Cash at the Party Girl who likes to flash the whole town, then, you know, go for it. But if you're trying to go for a more elegant look, an elegant woman doesn't flash people. Like, I feel like without saying, right? 6, being tardy to everything. People are late. It's the truth. It happens. But when you're late to everything, it's just disrespectful. When you're late all the time, to me, in my mind, you're basically saying, you know, I got my own things to do and I'm gonna get there when I get there. That's what I hear when somebody makes you wait an hour. You don't value my time. Valuing people's time is showing them respect, so we should consider that. Just be realistic about your ETA. Set the expectation. That's all you have to do, and just know how to manage your time better. 7 is interrupting people. That's something I actually do, and the reason why I do this disclaimer is because I have like a short-term memory, and I feel like if I don't get it all out, then I'm gonna forget and I want to feel dumb. But ladies, it's so important to let the person you're talking to finish. It's part of having a respectful conversation between two adults. Wait it out. Speak when it's your turn. Note to self, Len. Listen to listen, not to respond. Getting on social media and posting screenshots of men in your DMs. This is so tacky and it's so immature for starters. It's mean-spirited and you're embarrassing the man who is trying to get to know you and he's interested in you. At the end of the day, you're the one who looks silly because you are basically showing people that attention is something that never happens to you. As women, it's like natural for us to be pursued. I mean, we're very misty creatures, you know what I mean? This is like normal. So when you go out there and you're posting these guys in your DMs, it just makes you look like you need us to tell you that you are a misty. I think this one goes without saying, but like giving people dirty looks or giving girls dirty looks, that's like so classless. And why? Because like you're ready for violence. Ladies, if you're the one getting the dirty look, please treat the hater like she doesn't even. That kind of goes hand in hand to this is not engaging with anybody at a social gathering. I know the introvert in us, or if you're a shy person, might not want to do it because you don't know how to start a conversation. You don't have to per se. I would just say that look like you actually want to be there. When you don't make eye contact, when you don't laugh, when you don't smile, when you have a resting face, which we all do, you're leaving the window open for people to say things that aren't true about you, that you're stuck up, that you think it's too good for everybody. Just laugh with people, engage, interact. You don't have to say much, just look like you actually want to be there. Always being on defense for everything. A classic confident woman is bright, she's full of life, doesn't take herself too serious, but at the same time she doesn't bring negative attention to herself. Overall, she's easygoing and, you know, people are attracted to her warm aura. Looking at that glass half empty is far from the traits I just described. No one wants to be around an energy drainer, someone who reads everything as negative, like a negative attack on them. Ladies, when your mind is wired this way, believe it or not, you are going to react in very negative ways. You're just going to be a bad cloud to be around, and it's going to be very awkward for people, and people are going to feel uncomfortable, and making people uncomfortable is actually bad etiquette. So a woman who practices bad etiquette is not a classy woman per se. You gotta be more positive and try not to look at the world like everyone's out to get you. Even though some people definitely be trying to, like, you know, poke you with the stick, don't look at everything that way, because you're gonna start reacting to what you're thinking. Like, that kind of mindset is gonna have you react. Gossiping at social gatherings, and all these are going on in the world because 2020 has been a very interesting year. So much going on all year long. You want to talk about the girl who's there who allegedly slept with the 3 men that are over there. And if you are being approached about this tea, then do not engage. Just like the girl who came up to you, who's talking to you about these people, it says a lot more about her than it says about anybody in the room who slept together. You engaging with this person also makes you part of the gossiper crew. I don't care what anybody says, no one is above gossiping, but ladies, don't do it at a social gathering in front of other people. Have like the self-respect to do it in the group chat, not in a public setting. Okay, being in altercations, this includes online or in person. A classy woman does not entertain the world with her petty drama. The petty drama is beneath us, especially at a day and age when everything's being screenshotted and everything's being recorded, and you can go viral in seconds for being in a stupid fight. I believe if you have a problem with somebody, then you should address it privately. If someone approaches you in a hostile manner, whether it's on the TL, in a store, I believe that you should literally ignore it and go about your day like nothing happened. Like, you should leave her unread. I know you can see previews of messages and stuff, and you see the hostility in the message preview, leave it alone and ignore her. And whatever you do, do not react. This especially means the sub tweets and the sub Instagram posts that go out after that crazy girl within your DMs coming to you from woman to woman. Like, this literally means no reacting at all. Like, do you truly understand the power that you have when you do not acknowledge the enemy? Like, you literally treat them like they do not exist. Like, when you are truly unbothered, and not saying you're unbothered, but actually being unbothered, That's power. No, in person, you can offer to discuss it in private. If they refuse to, then you walk away. Why? Because again, you are above the petty drama. The drama's down here, and you're way up here. You're above all of it. Show everybody, show her or him the difference between you and them. You're not old in the privilege of your time. You don't. Like, your time is yours. What do you have to gain from stooping down to her level? If they get to that point, they're all being aggressive and whatnot, like, that is their problem. Therefore, it has nothing to do with you. If you believe that entertaining a catty woman is necessary in order for you not to look like a doormat or look like a punk, then maybe this video really isn't for you. A real grown woman doesn't let another woman dominate her. Very similar to the one I mentioned before. Imagine you're at the store now. Perfect for right now because this is holiday season, right? And the woman that is in line, she's screaming out the top of her lungs because the store only issues store credit. She's so mad and she's screaming and throwing F-bombs and calling, you know, the cashier, all kinds of things. Like, if anything, it says more about her than it says about the cashier and the store's policy. Now, let's pretend that you're this girl who's making a scene. Like, picture you are the customer who's mad about the store credit policy. Are you embarrassed thinking about this? Because you should be. Not knowing how to control your emotions in a public setting is just drawing negative attention to yourself. And again, a classy woman does not do that. I've been there before, you know, and I have a very short temper. But, you know, you count to 5, you compose yourself, able to think like a rational woman, and then you react accordingly. We need to understand that being able to control our emotions is more powerful than lashing out and acting like a fool and bringing attention to ourselves. Allowing men to call you degrading names. You are not a female dog, okay? You are not some girl who he found on the street and he can talk to you this way. There's something endearing about being called a bitch by your man. Why? I need a microphone. There's something endearing about being called derogatory names, okay? And if this man's gonna call you these things, as long as for him to treat you like a lady when it really matters. 15 is addressing every little single thing. Whether you're a Beyonce fan or not, you got to admit that she is so graceful. She's so classy in the sense that she never addresses anything, especially when she's made the headlines for something very controversial. She knows she's a queen, and a queen doesn't address nosy little peasants. Guys, it's so silly addressing every little single thing someone has to say about you. Carry yourself with the head high. Sometimes you gotta think about, like, who are you? This even applies to self-deprecating comments, whether it's through an IG caption or it's just, you know, you're saying it to a bunch of people. Not only are you bringing attention to this flaw of yours, it makes people feel uncomfortable. And if it's a compliment, and believe me, I was very guilty of this. People will give me a compliment and I'd be like, thanks, but I have to work on that. And it makes people not even want to compliment you anymore. And it makes it seem like you're not even taking their comments as the honest truth. Like, you're doubting what they're saying about you. When you have to make a disclaimer for every single flaw you have, or you have to reject compliments and make you look really insecure in a queen, if she's insecure about something, she's not gonna sit there and put it out there and for some freaking jerk to use it against her. Either way, be a Beyonce, be a Lori Harvey, be a Meghan Markle, do not address every little single thing that people have to say about you. Like Cardi B, for instance. Once you start addressing every little single thing, you're making people think that their opinion actually matters. So next time you want to get on Snapchat and write an entire paragraph on a black background to a bunch of hater girls, hater boys, or you're making disclaimers about your body or your dirty mirror, you want to do this whole like diss me self before they diss me thing. Ask yourself, who are these people and why do I have to address this? Being too flashy. Not only is being too flashy very tacky, but it actually kind of looks cheap sometimes. It's like, it kind of looks like you just threw on a whole bunch of designer things together and the only thing you really have going for yourself is the brand name items you have on your body. At least most of the time that's how it goes. And it kind of makes it seem like you never had anything good going for yourself. Woman enjoys things because she enjoys them. She enjoys, you know, expensive handbags because she appreciates the quality and the craftsmanship behind it. She goes out to 5-star restaurants because she actually enjoys fine dining. She doesn't do it for social media. She has it like that and she doesn't really have to say it or show it. You know, if you know, you know. And lastly, being an impulsive speaker. Like, you can't just say things. Think before you speak, people. And if you're like that impulsive, you might embarrass the person that you're speaking to, especially if it's a personal question that has nothing to do with you. Remember, it's bad etiquette to make someone feel uncomfortable. Some of the most forbidden topics for a conversation is religion, sex, politics, and how much somebody makes. Especially politics, because you know we all get in our feelings when people don't agree with our political views. If they bring it up, it's a little different, but I would still stay away from it because things can escalate very quickly in these times. This rest of my video. Do you feel attacked? Don't. You know, sometimes like we might feel like we didn't really have much growing up, so now we have to put it out there because we want people to know that we have something now. You must feel like the only way to get a man's attention is to show a whole bunch of cleavage and men like sexy women and yada yada. I don't know what narrative was spoken to you when you were a kid. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you always dress the same for every single affair. Because of our upbringings, we may argue in public because of what we've seen in the household growing up. Or you may feel like you have to take it to the next level because you don't want people to feel that you are a punk. So the only way you can show you whether you're not a punk is to, you know, check them, get up all up in their face and let them know who's boss. Or maybe our parents were never taught the proper etiquette because they didn't have the resources or the privilege to be taught, therefore you weren't taught. And lastly, you might behave in a reckless manner because guys do it. If guys can do it, then why can't we do it too? But ladies, there is so much beauty in being a woman. We're so divine in our own right. And we need to stop making what men do or don't do the standard for which of the two, male or female, is the better species. Part of the woman charm is how sweet, dainty, and frail we can allow ourselves to appear. Alright guys, I'm so sorry for the video. I'm so sorry for the background noises. I really need to get a microphone. But either way, thank you for watching and thank you for listening to me. Comment down below and list things that you do that make you feel like a queen, or things that you don't do that make you feel a queen. And let's have a conversation, guys. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.